Hi guys, I am Crystal Sky and we're here with a hobonichi update video. This is my hobonichi Techo cousin and I love this thing. I planted it all the time. But I want to ask you guys a question. What do you do when you've planned something and you miss it for any sort of reason? What do you do in your planner? So as some of you have known or have seen in my update videos, I was in the ER recently. Let's see, I believe it was, yes, here. So here is my last week. This was the day I got sick, really sick, was Wednesday night. That was when the pain first started. I wrote it down here so I could remember, so I could tell the doctor. And I ended up missing my Learning to Draw Weekly video, which I plan out all of I even have some of my next week's videos planned. And I do that every week. In my hobonichi here for I do my streams, I do my YouTube videos, everything's color-coded. But I missed these days. This day was a complete wash because I was in the ER. This day I was in so much pain I couldn't do my video. And this day I was also in so much pain I went to the doctor. So I went to the doctor here and then the ER here. And what I want to ask you is, what do you do? So I wrote this in Frixon pen so I could go back and erase it. But I feel like the memory of the fact that I wanted to do this and I couldn't should stay in there, right? So what do you guys do? That's really the question I want to ask you. But let's do a little flip through here. So this is my hobonichi here. I'm a very messy writer, but I understand all of this here. This is my section here where I do all of my health stuff. I'm a little unhealthy. So I do all of my health tracking here. In the months, I don't really use the months that much. Where is this month? For this month, I was tracking the 30 days of learning, which I've since stopped uploading because I'm sick. I'm not even supposed to be sitting up right now. But I am. I'm here. I wanted to record something. I feel like I need some content. And tomorrow there will be a Learning to Draw Weekly. So look forward to that. But so here I planned out the 30 days of learning, and I had a bunch of different release dates, like the Splatoon 2 test fire. So I needed to get my Elgato capture card before this date, and I did. I actually bought these stamps. There's going to be a Michael's haul coming up. I have a whole bunch of stamps that I bought. And they're these, and not just those, but these here. I love these stamps. They're awesome. They're so tiny and they fit in all the spaces. But this stays on ink goes through. So if you see here, this has a lot of ink on it and it's clear as day right on the other side. So I might have to get, if you guys have, if any of you have any idea or use an ink that doesn't go through, because these even went through, let me know, because stays on I've heard is very good. And yet it goes through the paper. And I wasn't using that much ink, really. I just brushed it on. So let me know. So I don't really use my monthly view that much, which is why I bought, one of the reasons I bought these stamps. I want to add different, different stuff in here so that it feels used. Even if it might not help me. Because I do most, I'd say 90% of my stuff in my weekly view. So I have a color coding system. It's not great. This was my original color and coding system and I changed it. Again, different color coding system. These are the two pens I use. This is a high-tech Coletto C, or high-tech C Coletto, whatever you'd like to call it. I have an orange, a pink, a light blue, and a dark blue in this pen, which I use. I don't use the Coletto that often. The Coletto is mostly for stuff that I know is going to stay. This is my big mover in this planner. This is what I use. It stays with my planner all the time, 24/7. I have refills for it just in case, God forbid, knock on wood, it runs out of ink, so I won't be able to plan anything. And this is the Frixon 3 Colors Pilot. It's by Pilot. It's an erasable pen. It's got gray, blue, and red in it. So let me show you my current color coding system. This is when all the color coding was messed up. A whole bunch of color coding stuff. See, now I'm starting to get... Okay, so everything that I do in YouTube is in red. That stuff is YouTube red. It's the kind of the color of the brand, right? I stick some stickers in here. I don't decorate very much. I have the Erin Condren birthday stickers in here. I don't decorate very much. So that's that. I have the red, and that's my videos, and these are all the videos you've seen. They've been out. In black is usually stuff that I've bought or I'm thinking about buying. So this actually, I didn't make this order because the pencil case sold out, but I wanted to get the Alice in Wonderland pencil case from Tokyo Pen Shop. It's since sold out. So I wrote that down in there. Things that I was thinking about buying. My events that have a time are in blue. So like here I have raids. So raid is from 8:15 to 11:15. I don't use this, but I don't block it off because you can barely see it. So I don't use this side panel. I write in the time so that at a glance I can see. I don't have to go, oh, what time is it? You know, did I block it out? No, I just go raid. It's 8:15 to 11:15. I know exactly when it is. Events that have happened that I want to record is in gray, right? So and these are events. They're in blue. I've actually wrote some money in blue, but I've since changed it to a Coletto pen color. And then the events that I need to remember that I didn't plan for are in gray. So pretty good. And then you can see I'm starting to change the stream times into blue because I've started to record them. There we go. That's a little better. You can see me now. I don't know why that moved. And then pretty much the stuff in the margin here, I use this margin for ideas. Sometimes you'll see this is a Twitch idea, like a stream brainstorm. This is a YouTube idea. This is another YouTube idea. So pretty much all the ideas that I write down for my channel. This is an idea for a story. It's in a different color. They're pretty much all to the side. I don't really color code this side. I just use whatever's on hand as like a brain dump. Okay, so this was my past week. As you can see, it's very hectic. I didn't have any real dates. I did have my raids, but I outlined them in blue instead of circling. That's something I wanted to try, and it didn't work for me. But I wanted to try it to see if it would work. Pretty much all of the medical things and the streams. I did stream on Friday, but I didn't stream on Saturday. So I wanted to have it all color-coded, and it is. It's pretty good, and I used a stamp down here, but again, it went through to the other side. So this is this week here. I'm halfway through. Everything's in red at this point. I was very sick. It was in bed. I wasn't paying attention. But I've decided to change my color coding options. So this is a green that I have. Hold on. Oh my goodness, I left my green over here. This is in the haul. I'm going to add this as a green micron. So cool, right? I'm going to add this to my color coding system, and that's because I've finally decided on a color system that works for me. So red is YouTube. That's going to stay. Stuff that I need to pay attention to, like streams, probably just streams are going to be in gray. In blue, I'm going to have my events, so my raid times down here. So I'm going to split up, essentially, I'm going to split up the streams, which is self-imposed, kind of self-imposed things that I need to do and other things that people are expecting of me to go. And then my events, like my surgeon and my hospital stuff, will be in this pink color, this cute pink color. And then whatever happens at that event will probably be orange. Because I need to keep track now of which doctors I went to, what they told me, what exactly is happening with my health. So that's why I changed the color coding system there. Okay, so let's flip through to my days. This is how I started doing my days. This was kind of like a journaling thing. My hobonichi had come that day and I was really excited and I was just doodling everything. And then I kept with the doodle format, you know, like doodling and kind of journaling. And I would put, like I went to an RV show that day that I really liked and I put it in there, you know. More doodling, no. Pretty basic, like journaling with a little bit of coloring. And then I broke from that. I did a little bit of journaling here, but I decided I didn't want to do that anymore. And then I did a quote with some doodling here. Then I kind of went back to the doodling, right? Couldn't really decide what I wanted to do. And this whole month, this is different. So for every month page here, I don't really use this month page for anything except monthly motivation. So I always take a quote from whatever's on my mind. I have a whole bunch of quotes. I have a book of quotes that I keep with me all the time. And I usually take that and put it in the monthly. So this I decided to, because I have my hobonichi with me always, I decided to use it as a place to put information down. So this is the complimentary color wheel. It's something I'm trying to learn because I'm trying to be an artist. So I put this in my hobonichi because it goes everywhere with me, so that I always know. And then I just started to doodle in my hobonichi. So I have like a building practice here. I had a pose that was stuck in my head, so I just kept drawing it. Pretty much a doodle brain dump, almost, of just all the different things. Like this is an idea for maybe a finished piece later. This is a hairstyle I wanted to try. This was a tutorial, and I just took it in the hobonichi. Drawing in this thing is a joy. It really is. The paper's amazing. Pencil's a little hard to see for you guys, but this is an idea for a comic that I had in mind. It's just really basically drawn. So this is a picture, and then in the corner here I had all the different thoughts about something. So on this particular day I was thinking about, as you see, I don't have my hobonichi in a cover. So these were thoughts on different covers that I could get. I actually just ordered one. I'll tell you guys afterwards. So this is a poem. It's called Defeated. I was feeling pretty defeated that day. And then I have a little doodle of my my birth house, the house that I was born in the corner here. So this has really been a brain dump. When I need to use it to add lists, I do. So like these are all doodles here. It's non-photo blue, so it's a little hard to see for you guys. So more doodles, and then I get into doodles, and then this. This was a review that I wanted to do. This is when I bought my Autostrove watercolor palette. This is the written review that goes along with the video that I posted. This is pretty much all of the points I wanted to cover, the price, my conclusion. It's written almost like an English essay. And that's what I used my hobonichi for that day. That's what I did. This was drawing inspiration from poetry. It was a little thing I like to do sometimes because I actually am a published poet, which is a little strange to say. But, so I like to do poetry-based artwork, so that's what that is. This was brainstormed for my 30 days of learning. This is all the first 10 days, I believe, are written here. Again, this was more 30 days of learning. This is actually, I split up the day, so I did brainstorming for the first 10 days and then brainstorming for the next 10 days. So this is up to 20th. And then I doodled on the bottom here. This was actually my first try with watercolors in this, and it's bending back now, but I didn't like using watercolors in here because it bent too much. And I couldn't really do too much mixing. And this was the next 30 days, up until the 30th day, which you actually haven't seen yet. So that's there, if you want to peek. This was a brainstorm for a comparison video that I'm going to do. So I just use this essentially for brainstorming. I have a lot of different brainstormings and brain dumps. This is for my website. I'm making a website, and this is more for my website. So more doodling. So on days that I don't really have anything to do, I doodle. And then on days where I have something to do, I have a whole bunch of stuff that I write down so that I know what's going on. So like there's a pretty good amount of doodling to 2 words, I believe. Is another quote. I love this month in particular because I feel like my drawings kind of got an upgrade, believe it or not. I think these were done with the Coco Ito pen. I love this. This is Card Captor's fan art. That's Belle from Beauty and the Beast. Some notes on I was playing Zelda, which is not really important for most people, but it is for me. Doodling, more doodling. This is all Zelda-based doodling. So what I love about having a planner that I can go in and doodle in is that it captures what I'm at that point obsessed with. So between here and here, I was obsessed with Zelda. Like, that's all I was doing. I was playing Legend of Zelda, I was watching people play Legend of Zelda, I was talking about Legend of Zelda, and that's what I was obsessed with. And I know, this is the 7th and 8th, that's what was happening. And then I go on to just basic doodles. Really doodles. More notes. These are pencil doodles. Really taking it out there. And this page is blank. This is when I started to feel bad. Physically. So I did stop. I did doodle some, or I didn't doodle. These were notes for something that I bought. I wanted to make sure I had the right price. This is more things that I'm thinking about buying, and then a doodle. This was for when I got my capture card. When I buy things, I like to do extensive research on it. So I did extensive research on it, and I picked the one that I wanted, and that happened. So I wrote down everything about each one. This is more notes for a quest. More doodles is Kirby doodles. If you guys like Kirby, he's so cute. It's Mimikyu. That's dun da 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 da. Zelda. That's a pretty good hand, actually. Right? Blank page. Normally, the blank pages occur when I'm not feeling well. That's where they coincide. Okay, so more doodles. Another blank page. These are all games that I am seeing if I can afford to buy, which I can't right now. More doodles. This was cute. This was a prompt that I did. This was for the 30 Days of Learning. I did a prompt. I wrote 2 sentences and then I drew a picture based on that prompt. So that was cute. Blank page again. This is Hatsune Miku fan art. Blank page again. And then this is the new month. So this is this quote is actually from the show Tanaka-kun is Always Listless. I just read it because I really like it. Being angry consumes energy. It makes me tired, so I'd rather apologize, even if it's not my fault. Besides, we get along, and we both want to stay friends. Prolonging any awkward situation out of stubbornness is just silly. So, believe it or not, that's from a show that I love a lot, and I drew some fan art of. So, these pages are great to just do something motivational for the month. Because I always go back there because that's where my tab is. That's the page that I go back to. And I always see it, so it makes me happy. I wrote a hate letter to my gallbladder. My gallbladder is sick right now, and that's what happens. So this is actually for my hobonichi cover. I ordered a hobonichi cover from a lady on Etsy. I don't remember her name right now. It might be Butterfly Notebooks on Etsy. Go check it out. I might link it. I'm not sure. But I bought a fabric factory, so a Midori cover in A5 size. And I'm going to put this along with a sketchbook together in a Midori style cover. And it's just a cloth cover. But it was very pretty. It has foxes over it. I'm very excited. There's definitely going to be a haul when it shows up. So I'm very excited for that. These are all just different measurements I needed. I had this open while I was ordering it. I wasn't sure which one to do. I wanted a zippered cover, but there were so many things, so many brain dumps here about this. This is actually an idea for a piece, believe it or not. Just a little doodle. Also a little sticker, maybe. I bought some microns and some stuff at Michael's, so that's what this is. And then that's it, because this is today. So that was my hobonichi. I can't show you guys any of the back because I keep all of my passwords in the back here. On this, after this, past the graph paper, I keep all my passwords for all of my online accounts in the back of my hobonichi, so that I never forget them. But so what do you guys think about canceling something that you've written in your hobonichi or written in your planner? You've planned it out, and you just can't get to it from one way or another. In my case, I went to the ER, I was in a lot of pain, and I couldn't upload these videos, and I had planned them. So what do I do? What do you do in that situation? Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you back later. I'm gonna have a review of these little stamps that I love. I love these little stamps. And I have a whole bunch of, I have 40 of these that I got. So I'm gonna have a review of that eventually. And I'm also gonna have a review of this and change up the ink because the ink goes through. This ink goes through on my paper and I just like that. So look forward to that. I'm also gonna have a Michael's review up in a couple days, and Learning to Draw Weekly is up tomorrow. So I will see you guys later. Bye.